What is going on, everyone? The Houston Texans are traveling to New York to face the 4-8 Jets, losers of their last five. Look, despite their recent struggles, still an elite defense. You have to give them that respect. And then you have to tie in this game itself. Another important game for the Houston Texans. If you want to keep the dreams of being first in the AFC South, you are going to have to run the table. You're going to have to walk into New York and come out with the victory. Guys, the season is coming to an end. All these games are crucial. We are also going to have to score watch the Jaguars and the Colts as well. This season is becoming insane. We're going to look at this Houston Texans versus New York Jets game. Welcome, everyone, to the 713 Houston Sportcast. I am your host, Ruben Calvillo. I drop daily Houston Texans content, so make sure you guys are following me on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok for the latest news, rumors, and updates. And if you guys are new here to the channel, welcome. Trying to hit 9,000 subscribers by weeks 15 or 16. Please help me get there. And thank you all so much for watching today's episode. Now, starting with the Houston Texans offense versus the New York Jets defense, I want to know how the Houston Texans are going to run the ball on Sunday. What I mean by that, who is going to be your starter running back? Who is going to get majority of the carries? Is it going to be Devin Singletary or is it going to be Dameon Pierce? Last week, it was Dameon Pierce, and I did not understand why. I still don't. The starting running back needs to be Devin Singletary. The only two successful games on the ground were when Devin Singletary was rushing the football against the Cincinnati Bengals, against the Arizona Cardinals. I mean, back-to-back weeks, 110-plus yard performance, an AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Then Dameon Pierce comes back, and it's like the Houston Texans don't want to run the ball with Devin Singletary. I don't know what is going on, but your leading running back needs to be Devin Singletary. Right? I've heard all the excuses. Oh, it's the offensive line. He can't get adjusted to it. At this point of the season, man, you are what you are. And Dameon Pierce, sad to say it, has not been the best running back for the Houston Texans this year. It has been free agent Devin Singletary, and I think he needs to get majority of the carries on Sunday. This Jets defense is legit. I mean, the defensive line led by Quinnen Williams, maybe one of the best defensive tackles in all of football. Two edge rushers, stud edge rushers, Jermaine Johnson and Quinn Jefferson. C.J. Mosley as the captain of the defense at the linebacker position. Then an elite secondary, Sauce Gardner, Tony Allen, DJ Reed. It is going to be a tough test for this Houston Texan offense, but once again, I do not want you to be afraid. I have confidence that C.J. Stroud can find success against his New York Jets secondary last week against the Denver Broncos. That secondary was elite during their 5-game winning streak, and the Houston Texans showed them that they are not scared. C.J. Stroud, 274 yards. Nico Collins, 191. It was that easy for Nico that day. And speaking of Nico Collins, if he has a good day, is one of the reasons why the Houston Texans are successful and win this game. He will be going up against Sauce Gardner, going up against DJ Reed. If Nico Collins comes out of Sunday with 80-plus yards, I mean, this is a true, legit number one wide receiver. There is no Tank Dell. So Nico Collins for the rest of the season has to step up, as well as Robert Woods, as well as Noah Brown, Xavier Hutchinson, John Mechie. I have been asking for your emergence all year. Please let it be when Tank Dell goes down. I need to see the Karate Kid crane. John Mechie, you've had a play every single game that's at least gone for a first down. I need to see John Mechie heavily involved the rest of the season. Your tight ends, the Atlanta Falcons, their tight ends find some success last week against the Jets secondary. Dalton Schultz was back at practice yesterday. That is a good sign. Also, Brevin Jordan, can he back up his 3-catch, 64-yard game last week really stepped up with Dalton Schultz being out. I wonder how Brevin Jordan plays going forward, but you are going to rely on him. And quite honestly, you are going to rely on the whole passing attack to step up in the absence of Tank Dell. Overall, I do think this Houston Texan offense finds success, and I think they put up 21 points on this New York Jets defense. Now, starting with the New York Jets offense versus the Houston Texans swarming defense, the starting quarterback will be Zach Wilson. Now, there's been a lot of drama surrounding Zach Wilson. After the Jets' 5th loss in a row on Sunday, they started 2 quarterbacks in the game. Tim Boyle was benched for Trevor Siemian. The results were not that much better. Both quarterbacks sucked. And on Monday, we heard that Zach Wilson was reluctant to play this Sunday against the Houston Texans, and the Jets were hoping that he changed his mind, kind of insinuating that he did not want to play against the Houston Texans, and he himself is keeping himself out of this game on Sunday. Then Robert Saleh goes in front of the media and says, well, Zach Wilson just came into my office and told me he wants to play. What is going on in New York? And now you also have some people questioning Robert Saleh, how he has handled this Zach Wilson situation, showing so much confidence in him despite the whole city of New York saying that Zach Wilson isn't the guy. Is Robert Saleh going to be fired in the offseason, ladies and gentlemen? I don't know. But when you are on a 5-game losing streak, everything looks bad. Are the Houston Texans going to be the straw that breaks the camel's back? Now, what's crazy is they weren't expecting to have Zach Wilson, Tim Boyle, Trevor Siemian as their quarterback. They were expecting to have Aaron Rodgers, man. That Achilles injury was horrible, and it ended their season. It did. All the way back in week 1. When Aaron Rodgers went out, their season was over. And since then, I mean, just has not been a good football team. And like I mentioned all throughout this video, they're on a 5-game losing streak. I think the Houston Texans defense feast is here. I think Will Anderson has another great game. I'm going to go ahead and say double sacks. I think horrible quarterbacks get sacked a lot. The Houston Texans defense is coming into their own. This will be the second game this year that the starting secondary is going to be playing. The wide receivers are going to be on lock. It is going to be Derek Stingley versus Garrett Wilson. All eyes are going to be on the cornerback matchup, right? So whichever wide receiver has the better day against Sauce or against Derek Stingley, the slander is going to come. But I like my cornerback over Sauce, man. I think Jonathan Grenard is going to get involved as well. If you pretty much score a touchdown against the New York Jets, you are going to win. They have 3 games this year without scoring 7. Ladies and gentlemen, I think the Houston Texans win this game. I think the final score is 21-9, and I think it is just a dominant showing by the Houston Texans defense. And the offense doesn't really have to do that much. I also think this defense creates turnovers, and the offense finds themselves in great field position. Guys, hopefully we enter this game healthy and end this game healthy. We know how much criticism MetLife Stadium has been getting with its turf and how it's just not good. Players have been getting injured left and right. So all prayers to health for this Houston Texans team on Sunday. Enter the game healthy, leave the game healthy. For more Houston Texans content, you guys feel free to follow me for more. Go Houston. You all have a very blessed day.